Why do passengers feel seasick and the driver doesn't? This is a mystery that affects millions of people around the world, and for many, it seems like a matter of bad luck or a simple natural reaction. But the truth is much more intriguing than that. Motion sickness, known scientifically as motion sickness, is a phenomenon that goes far beyond physical discomfort. It has its roots deeply rooted in human biology and more specifically in our sensory system. Understanding what happens between our eyes, ears, and brain while we are on the move can completely change the perception of this discomfort that afflicts so many passengers. The scientific explanation behind motion sickness reveals a fascinating conflict of meanings. When we are sitting in a car as passengers, our eyes may not pick up the same movement that our body feels. The vestibular system in the inner ear, which controls balance, perceives the curves, accelerations, and decelerations of the vehicle. However, when the passenger looks at a book, cell phone, or anything else that is not moving along with the car, the brain receives conflicting signals. This imbalance creates sensory confusion that triggers nausea, dizziness, and discomfort. The idea that the brain itself is mistaken in this process is as interesting as it is disconcerting. The driver, on the other hand, rarely feels these effects. What makes it immune? The answer lies in the way the driver controls and predicts the movement of the vehicle. When driving, the driver is constantly processing visual information from the external environment. He sees the curves, the changes in speed, and his brain, eyes, and body work in harmony to anticipate these movements. This sense of control and anticipation avoids the sensory conflict that passengers suffer. It is as if the driver's brain is set to a constant synchronization mode, which prevents the development of motion sickness. A fascinating detail that few people know is that this driver's ability to avoid motion sickness has a lot to do with human evolution. The vestibular system was developed to keep us in balance in a world where our bodies were always in active motion. When we are in a vehicle in which we have no control over movement, as passengers, this system has not evolved to deal with the fact that we are stationary while the surrounding environment moves. This mismatch generates nausea, as a primitive response to something that the brain interprets as a threat or anomaly. The solution for many passengers who suffer from motion sickness may lie in something simple: aligning the senses in the same way that the driver does. Looking out the window, staying focused on the movement of the road, and avoiding visual distractions that do not reflect the movement around you are strategies that help trick the brain and harmonize the signals between vision and the vestibular system. By understanding how these mechanisms work, we can transform an uncomfortable travel experience into a much more enjoyable journey.